What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is Pissah. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. With me, as always, is Keith LaCava. What's going on, Brody McBroderson?
Not much, Michael and Perry Broly.
Oh, man.
You know who that is, right?
Of course.
Come on, Christopher from Sopranos.
Oh, my goodness. That's a good one.
Yes, sir.
Episode 21.
Getting there, man.
Yeah, it's been great. Everybody, thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Yep.
Really appreciate it.
Anybody that wants to come on the show, we're still looking for people. We have a couple people that are trying to come on soon. One for hockey, one for basketball. And if anybody wants to come on, do some picks with us and stuff, it's great. Yeah. We're going to have our second ever stat challenge.
Here we go.
And this week, we're going to do Demario Douglas. And Keith has a picture of the card, but it's actually a sports card, a rookie card of his. And it's an autograph. So we're going to give that away this week. So share, subscribe to YouTube. We want subscribers, please. And then make a comment on how many yards you think Pop Douglas is going to have this week. Again, not Price is Right rules. If you go over, that's fine. But whoever's closest is to that is going to get the card, the autographed rookie card. So
you can find it on the YouTube. You can find it on my Facebook, Frank's, and the Boston's Banter as well.
Yep, it's going to be all over the place out there. So why don't we just jump right into Wicked Pissah News now?
Absolutely. We're going to start with the Bees.
Oh, yeah.
So 2-2 in their last 4. And let's go to Halloween night real quick because it was a scary night for the Bruins, bro. They lost 8-2 to the Hurricanes.
That was wild.
You know what I mean? So like I said, it was a scary night. I'm pretty sure both goalies were in the net that night, Swayman and Korpisalo.
Yep.
Then they won their last 2 games though. They beat the Flyers 3-0 in Philly on Saturday, and then they beat the Kraken 2-0 on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean the second edition of the in-season power rankings came out the other day, and the first power rankings came out. They were 12th. They fell to 16th this week, so they've actually fallen back a little bit here. 6-1.
Yeah.
They have another game tonight against the Maple Leafs. The weird thing that I saw was that Ottawa's ahead of us in the power rankings. It's the first time I've seen Ottawa in front of us in a long time. So, slow start.
Still early.
Yeah, it's still early, so hopefully they can put it together.
Move over from the B's to the C's, baby. We were undefeated, but let's go to that first loss they had the other night. So the C's had their first loss this past Wednesday at the Pacers, 135-132 in overtime. Now, Tatum finished with 37 points, and he hit the game-tying 3 in regulation with 14 seconds left.
That was a wild. They were down 20-something points.
Yes, they climbed back, bro.
I was getting texts from people, and even you, just like, oh my gosh, you watching this? I'm like, yeah, I'm watching this, of course. It was an unbelievable comeback, and then they lost in overtime. I was
of course. And then you got to give it to him, though. I mean, Pascal Siakam, he had a great game, too. 29 points, 11 boards, and he hit the game-winning 3 with, I believe, 7 seconds left. So.
Yep.
Yeah, but then the C's beat the Hornets twice on the road back-to-back this past weekend, Frankie. 124-109 on Friday, and then a 113-103 win on Saturday. But you know what was funny about that game? We saw our former boy Grant Williams seemingly tackle Jason Tatum.
That was crazy.
Bro, what was that all about?
It was the first flagrant 2 foul given this year.
Yeah.
He was disqualified from the game. It looked like he just ran up to him, body checked him. It wasn't a basketball move at all.
Jaylen Brown said it looked like a football play.
I honestly, people were so mad at it, as they should be. I mean, they played together for a long time. Too.
They did.
Like, if you haven't seen that clip, take a look. That's crazy.
But it was like, I'd understand, competitive minutes. We were already killing them. It's toward the end of the game. What are you doing, Grant Williams?
He ran. He didn't even put his hand out to swipe the ball.
No, he just
ran and just boom, right with the shoulder. And Tatum was like, what?
But JT got right up, and Jaylen Brown had some words. But then after the game, Grant Williams issued an apology, and he called Jason Tatum one of his best friends. So obviously, there's no love lost there.
Weird.
I know that was.
It looked like a targeting call in college football. I mean, he just went right at him.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, you have brothers. I got cousins that are like brothers, so we always messing around and stuff. But on the basketball court, come on, man, be a little more professional, Grant.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yes, sir. But one more quick thing I want to bring in from the C's, Frankie, is Jason Tatum currently leads the season in 4 major categories: points per game with 30.3, rebounds per game with 7.6, assists per game with 4.6, and steals with nearly 2.
He's killing it, bro. We talked about it after the Olympics. It's going to be his world tour, revenge tour. But they're 7-1. They're second in the East. The Cavs still haven't lost somehow.
They're 8-0, man. That's crazy.
But, so he's been killing it. The Celtics in general killing it.
Oh yeah, bro. So like I said, next game is tomorrow night versus the Warriors at 7:30 in the Garden.
Yep, that'll be great.
So let's move over from those B's in the C's and move over to the World Series.
Yeah, that was a good series for the Dodgers. We like that.
Sir.
Again, any team beating the Yankees, our second favorite team.
Wish it could have been a sweep, but hey, what are you going to do? 4-1 still good.
Oh, they killed it. I mean, Freddie Freeman went bananas. I got a ton of stuff on Freddie. So Freddie Freeman went crazy. So dating back to 2021 when he was last in the World Series, he's hit a home run in 6 straight which is a record.
Yep.
6 straight games he hit a home run in the World Series. So he was the first player this year to hit one in the first 4 games of a series. This is all, mind you, he rolled his ankle, he had rib damage. He had rib damage playing like this. He was going crazy. So
he's killing it, bro.
First time there was ever a Grand Slam walk-off.
In World Series history.
Yep,
that's right.
He set all 3 of those records right there. And then, again, he obviously got MVP, but in 5 games, I mean, it could have went to 7, 6, 7. In 5 games, he tied the record for RBIs. He had 12 ribbies. So, I mean, the guy went crazy. And this was all on a bad ankle and having rib damage that normally would take a couple months to heal.
Absolutely, dude.
So, it's unbelievable.
You know what I like, though? Seeing those 2 idiot Yankees fans getting kicked out trying to rip the ball. What was that? That was game 4 where they could have had the sweep. And he was like, oh, we patrol this well. I'm going to be honest with you. This Dodgers win. Not a fan of the Dodgers by any means, but it just made their win that much sweeter.
Honestly, dude, that guy should be arrested for assault.
Dude, he shouldn't even be allowed back in Yankee
One guy
Stadium.
grabbed his arm, and the other guy was ripping his glove off in the ball. That was crazy. Gronk said he knew the person and knew the kid.
Of course he did.
That kid looked like an absolute gooba.
Looked like a tool, bro.
I couldn't believe he was doing that. Like, you know what I mean? You're literally grabbing somebody. It doesn't matter if it's professional or not.
Right. No,
what are you doing?
I don't care if you somehow patrol that wall.
It's on this side of the line. It doesn't matter if he's got it in his glove already.
Yo, Yankees fans, man, they're still railing. They're still going to hold on to their last World Series victory from 2009.
I can't. Honestly, I'm surprised he wasn't arrested. It's like crazy. Grabbing his arm, holding him up off the ground.
Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe that.
They
got banned for Game 5 in L.A. Yeah, those guys were going to go to L.A. Okay, sure.
That was a clown, the biggest clown move I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely, bro. So the Dodgers won it all. Now let's move over to the NFL, where the Cowboys are still losing games, but not only that, they're losing players, and big ones at that. So the Cowboys lost to the Falcons this past Sunday, 27-20, but they lost more than the game, like I just said. They lost quarterback Dak Prescott to a hamstring injury, which he suffered in the game. Initially they were thinking he's going to be day-to-day and all that stuff. Unfortunately, no, they actually just placed him on IR today, so he's going to be out 4 weeks. Another blow to the Cowboys, Frankie.
Yeah, CD got banged up, too.
That's what I was just going to bring up. So also wide receiver CeeDee Lamb suffered a sprained AC joint, but it looks like he could still suit up this Sunday against the Eagles.
Yeah, he might fight through it, but at this point, what are you even playing for?
Well, I mean, they sit at 3-5, third place in the NFC East. So you know what's crazy? They're only 1 game ahead of the Giants. We would have never guessed that in the offseason.
It's crazy how bad they've played. And, Dak signed that huge contract.
That's what I'm saying,
and
bro.
Now they're playing like crap.
And
Micah got banged up.
Too.
They lost Lawrence. They've lost a lot of people.
Yeah,
you got to give them injuries, too.
Right. No, absolutely. But like you just said it, Dak got that contract, so didn't CD. It's like, and I'm not saying, put all the blame on them. Obviously, the defense got to be better, too.
No, they've had a ton of injuries. You can't do anything about it. And that's a tough division. I saw something that was like, 17 years in a row or something? They haven't had a repeat winner of that division. Something crazy. It's like I saw it on ESPN the other day. I forget exactly how much.
That used to be like the NFC South with like the Saints. That same thing with them for a little bit.
They haven't had a repeat winner in that. That was crazy.
Wow.
So yeah,
that is pretty interesting.
Yeah. What else you got for me on NFL? I know there's a bunch more injuries.
Right. So moving over to some more injuries, and we got 2 top-tier wide receivers getting added to that list, Frankie. And unfortunately, Falcons wide receiver Drake London suffered a hip injury in Sunday's 27-20 win over Dallas.
Yep.
Dude, it happened on a touchdown play, just like Nico Collins, except he wasn't running. He fell on his hip, So right after the touchdown, which mind you, that made it 6 straight weeks with a touchdown for Drake London.
Yeah.
So right after the touchdown, I saw him leaving. I was like, what's going on with him? Coming to find out, it was a hip pointer.
Yeah, he'll get through that.
Another NFC South team dealing with a major wide receiver injury, and that is Saints wide receiver Chris Olave. Olave suffered a nasty concussion in the Saints' 23-22 loss to the Panthers Sunday.
Yep.
Knocked unconscious by safety Xavier Woods. He got brought right to the hospital. He had movement in extremities after, so that was good to see.
Yep. That was wild. Mike Thomas actually.
I was just going to bring that up.
Literally tweeted something about Derek Carr being at fault and like this, that, and the other thing. So I don't know. Mike Thomas, who has had more injuries than anybody ever.
I'm going to tell you right now, though. Mike Thomas, man, I saw everything he was writing about Derek Carr. And I get it, man. You're sticking up for your boy Chris Olave and all that. But, man, you got to focus on trying to get on a team. You're a free agent, bro. And you're writing all this stuff on
a team.
Right.
The dude don't even. He gets hurt like just walking down the street.
We talked about it, man. We've seen Ricky Pearsall come back quicker from a shot to the chest. And this dude stubbed the toe. He's been out 2 seasons.
Derek Carr's a great guy, first of all. Secondly,
he is.
Devontae Adams, one of the best of all time, in my opinion, to do it. Wanted to go and play with him. So, again, he's not going to go do that. He played with him in college, and he said, I want to play with him on the Raiders, and he did. You're not going to do that if he's getting people laid out on a regular basis. So, Derek Carr is not a bad quarterback. I will say, I saw something today about Derek Carr. If you add up his losses over the last 10 and 11 years, he's tied for the most with Archie Manning.
I saw that.
And if you add up the 10 years, he has the most 9 years he has the most. And it's crazy.
I didn't see all that, actually.
Yeah, and then you know who has the most losses in the first 5 years, in 4 years, and 6 years of their career? His brother, David Carr.
Wow.
So David Carr goes up to like year 5, and then Derek Carr, if you add up 6, 7, 8, 9, if you add up all the years of him playing, has the most.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So with that being said, the Saints started the season 2-0, scoring on all their possessions within those first 2 games. So we're going to bring up the Saints again. They just fired their head coach, Dennis Allen. He's gone.
We talked about this. They look like the best team in the NFL.
They did the first 2 weeks.
And then they've lost 7 straight games.
Longest losing streak for the Saints since 1999.
What happened?
The
first 2 weeks they were averaging 40 points a game.
Rashid Shaheed got hurt, but that's one player. Kamara's still there. Carr's still, obviously Spencer Rattler came in and played 2 games?
Yeah, there was 2 games Carr didn't play.
So now he's being shown the door, and he's fired after 3 seasons with the Saints, no playoff appearances, and an 18-25 overall record. But Frankie, you want to know something interesting? The last time this guy was a head coach was with the Oakland Raiders, and he was fired midseason. You know who his quarterback was? Derek Carr. Isn't that crazy, bro?
Yeah,
I'm not taking it. I just saw that. I had to bring that up, bro.
Absolutely.
Trade deadline was today, so I'm going to just run down some quick trades that I saw, some more notable ones. Khalil Herbert was dealt to the Bengals for a 2025 7th-round pick from the Bears. Linebacker Zadarius Smith was dealt to the Lions for a 2025 5th-round pick. Cornerback Marshawn Lattimore from the Saints was dealt to the Commanders for a 2025 3rd, 4th, and 6th-round pick.
Marshawn's one of the best in the league, in my opinion.
He is.
Smith was a great addition for the Detroit after they lost Hutchinson.
Right.
Smith's a great player, too. That's 2 great trades right there.
And then the Steelers actually made 2 trades today, too. Mike Williams from the Jets is now being traded to the Steelers. He wasn't fitting in within that offense, didn't really have a role. They acquired him for a 2025 5th-round pick. And then Preston Smith from the Packers, man, he also got dealt to the Steelers for a 2025 7th-round pick. We just got rid of Josh Uche for a 2026 6th. These guys are making some steals over here.
Right, that's crazy.
But yeah, that's all I got today, Frankie.
So that's all we got for the Wicked Pissah News. Why don't we jump right into the Foxboro Focus?
Here we are again, Frankie. Another week, and the Patriots may have won against the Jets the week before, but not this week against the Titans. Man, it's pretty sad. Unfortunately, the Patriots lost to the Titans 20-17 in overtime, bringing their record to 2-7. And like I said last week, it's starting to show some highlights, so here they are.
Some Pats-Titans highlights. We're going to start with the Titans having the ball. Mason Rudolph, he's going to look for his tight end, Nick Vanette, for the touchdown to start the game, putting the Titans up 7-0. Next Patriots possession, Drake May dropping back to pass, but you know what he does that's also good? He runs ball, he's climbing the pocket there, pointing for the block. Look at him running, scrambling, getting tackled for a 26-yard gain. That kid got some wheels. Unfortunately, the Patriots would not end up scoring, but Titans in the red zone, gets tipped up and intercepted by linebacker Jelani Tavai. It was a pretty good-looking interception right there for the red zone defense. Fast forward to the 3rd quarter, the Patriots are down 7-3. Drake May in the shotgun at 1st and 15. He's looking downfield. Who's he looking for? Oh, he's got Pop Douglas for the one-handed catch on the sideline, tapping the toes. Move forward, same drive from the 1-yard line. Ramondre Stevenson plows it in to put the Patriots up 10-7 in the 3rd quarter, baby. Move on towards end of the 4th quarter. Patriots tied 10-10 with the Titans, and Mason Rudolph is looking for Nick Westbrook-Akine for the touchdown to put the Titans up 17-10. 4 straight weeks with a touchdown for Nick Westbrook-Akine. I'm going to just let the announcer do this one.
Game. Patting the ball. May scanning. Loads of time. He'll roll. He'll run. A sidestep. He's ready to throw. Nobody's open. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Oh my goodness. Stevenson.
So yeah, that was crazy. But in overtime, Patriots were down 3 points, 20-17. Drake May looking down the field for Keyshawn Boutte, but unfortunately it's picked off by Imani Hooker, his 2nd interception of the day, and that'll do it.
But yeah, Frankie, it was definitely a rough one, brother.
Yeah, that was weird. That was just a weird game all around.
I mean, up and down. It was the Titans, so we didn't really expect much. But they were going back and forth with each other for, like I said, it was an overtime.
It was a good game, actually.
Absolutely. So we'll bring up some Patriots offensive stats from that week. Drake May, 29 for 41, 206 yards, 1 touchdown, unfortunately 2 interceptions. But my man had 8 carries for 95 yards.
Yeah,
led the team by the largest margin I've seen since Pee Wee Herman, bro. Large margin, bro. Then Ramondre Stevenson, like I just said, 10 carries for 16 and a touchdown. But my man had 5 catches for 38 and the game-tying touchdown at the end of the game, which was
a
crazy. Which
play.
We just saw from the highlights, man. The dude's looking like a young Josh Allen over there.
That was crazy. They said that was like the 2nd longest play this
11,
year.
11 point something
It was
seconds.
almost 12 seconds. The longest one was the Hail Mary we showed last week with Jaden Daniels. But this was the second longest play of the year. It was almost 12 seconds.
That's insane.
Which is a long play.
Showed his poise, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then Hunter Henry, 7 receptions, 56 yards. He's going to keep being reliable for Drake May. And then actually I want to bring up Kendrick Bourne, man, because, he really wasn't showing signs of life, but 4 catches for 41, averaging roughly 10.1 yards a catch. So
yeah, there was a couple of the balls thrown his way that, just weren't catchable, but he played good.
They're looking for him, for sure, man. So I'll bring up the Patriots defense at the Titans week 9. Jelani Tavai, man, 11 total tackles, and he had one nice one-handed interception in the red zone, which you saw from the highlights.
That was sick.
Dietrich Wise, 3 total tackles, 1 sack. Where's Keon White been? The guy had 4 sacks the first 2 games. He ain't been on the sack list ever since.
Yeah.
And then Marcus Jones, I'm going to bring him up. Only 3 total tackles, but again, he had a 44-yard punt return, which weren't in the highlights.
He's been great in the punt return game.
No, he has been, man. So he's been getting those yards and everything. But real quick, Titan stats versus the Patriots week 9. Mason Rudolph, 20 for 33, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Tony Pollard, my boy, I just got in fantasy. Even though I still lost. We'll bring that up later, though. 28 carries, 128 yards. Calvin Ridley, Mr. Complaining about not getting the ball, 5 receptions, 73. And then Nick Westbrook-Akine, we even brought him up last week, Frankie. 5 catches for 50 yards. 4th straight game with a touchdown.
I was going to say four in a row for him, which is crazy.
4th straight game, brother. And then Amani Hooker, bring up the guy from the defense. He had 5 total tackles, 3 passes defense, and he had 2 INTs, the only 2 that Drake May threw.
Yep.
So real quick, Patriots notes at the Titans week 9, Frankie. Patriots had 295 total yards, only 110 rushing, which Drake May had 95.
90, yeah.
So there you go. Patriots allowed 400 total yards to the Titans, like we were talking about last week. I believe they had like 416 to the Lions. Yeah,
they've given up 400 a few times.
Well, they had 233 passing, 167 rushing. So the Titans had no problem moving the ball last week and this week. 18 penalties in this game, bro. 8 by the Patriots and 10 by the Titans.
It seemed like every other play. At
That's
one
what
point,
I'm saying.
The announcers were like, "We'll let you know when there isn't a flag on the play."
Yeah,
it was
you
as a
heard that?
joke. I heard that, and I was laughing. I was like, "Yeah, you should let us know when there's no flag,
Bro.
because there was a flag every other play."
Bro,
I think on the very first kickoff there was a flag.
Yeah.
Pretty sure on the kickoff there was a flag.
Yeah.
The first kickoff of the game.
It was getting annoying. Pats were 3 for 11 on 3rd down, showing their struggles there consistently. And the Pats allowed 4 sacks last week.
Yikes.
So before I get into the upcoming game at the Bears, I got another interesting stat, Frankie. Drake May is the first quarterback in their first 4 career starts to have more than 700 yards passing, a completion percentage higher than 60%, more than 6 passing touchdowns, more than 200 rushing yards, and more than 1 rushing touchdown.
I mean, the kid's gonna be great.
Dude, he's putting up these records out of
He's
nowhere.
been getting hit.
You know what? Yes,
he's been getting. He's running like that because the pocket's collapsing so fast.
Dude, he has no choice but to climb up in the pocket. We saw it. I mean, in the highlights, he had that 26-yard run, man. He had to avoid all those guys closing
hit
in.
a lot, and it's just like it's gonna add up. I don't want him to get hit a lot.
Well, we saw in that last play too, man. What he had to do was rolling to the left.
He was
to the right.
He broke like 4 tackles in that last play. 12 seconds almost.
Nasty, bro. So we'll bring up upcoming week 10 at the Bears breakdown. Bears week 9 stats. The Bears lost to the Cardinals 29-9, bringing their record to 4-4. Caleb Williams, 22 for 41, 217 yards. DeAndre Swift, didn't do too much. The past few weeks he was getting crazy all-purpose and touchdowns. No touchdowns, but 16 carries, 51 yards, 6 receptions for 31. Roma Dunze, the other rookie over there, 5 receptions for 104, so we're going to have to look out for that connection. So Bears notes from week 9. The Bears had 241 total yards and allowed 350 to the Cardinals. They had 3.4 yards per play. And mind you, in the red zone, they only had 1 red zone attempt. They were 0 for 1, so they weren't even getting towards the red zone.
I watched a lot of that game, and it was just ugly.
Yeah,
29-9. It was like
3 field goals they got.
Just weird. It was just a weird game. They were moving the ball and then just make stupid play after stupid play, and then I don't know if you saw the DJ Moore play in the middle of
when he walked out.
It was 0-0. He walked off the field in the middle of a play.
Yes.
I've never seen that.
Let's show that real quick.
Show the clip.
Wants to know what they need from him. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off. Williams trying to line up a receiver, and Williams gets away off the spin move. Williams is still alive. This feels like Jaden Daniels last week. Williams guns it. Incomplete.
It's like, what are you doing,
He
bro?
literally, the quarterback's running for his life, and he just walked off the field. I have never seen that. We showed the Bears Stevenson last week on the Hail Mary play.
Right.
At least he stayed on the
How don't you
goddamn
learn
field.
from that, man? Come on, bro.
He was, I've never seen anything like that.
So
in the
dumb.
middle of a play. We've seen some bonehead stuff.
We have.
Anthony Richardson takes himself out of a drive.
Yep.
Then Stevenson in the middle of the game taunting fans, but at least he stayed on the field.
I mean, he tipped the ball, but it led to Noah Brown
touchdown, right? And then this DJ Moore play in the middle of the play just walks right off the field.
I'm telling you right now, I knew they benched Tyreek Stevenson too, and if you want to set the tone as the head coach, man, you got to talk to DJ Moore and be like, that play was not over. Did you hear any whistles?
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, they benched Stevenson for a couple drives. I mean, he came back in.
He left practice, dude. He was mad this week.
Oh yeah, no, he was, but he did play, and I saw him. He actually played pretty well towards the end of the game.
He had no choice.
But yeah, he was covering Marvin Harrison Jr.
So yeah, Frankie, week 10 prediction at the Bears, and I'm just gonna say, man, I took the Pats last week to win against the Titans. Man, I keep going against my gut, saying I'm not gonna take them anymore. Bro, I'm taking them to lose. It's the Bears. The Bears only got 3 field goals last week. The Patriots just lost to the Titans. Let's be real here.
I'm taking the Bears too. I mean, it's their defense was pretty good up until this last week, and again, they were moving the ball. It was just stupid plays that cost them stuff. I mean, again, they have 4 wins already. We have 2.
Dude, too many weapons.
It's in Chicago.
Way too many weapons for our depleted defense, in my opinion, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the way, we're giving up so many rushing yards.
Right.
DeAndre Swift's a great running back. I mean,
you got to watch out for him in the passing and running. Then also, you got to look out for Roschon Johnson. He's a power back on the goal line. You got Keenan Allen. You got DJ Moore. You got Roma Dunze. You got Cole Kmet, man. I'm telling you, bro, it's not going to look good for us this week.
Yep. So why don't we jump right into Wicked Smaht Fantasy Stocks?
I don't want to, Frankie, bro.
Yeah.
It was a rough week for me, man. So let's just get right into it. So in my league, your boy, I lost 177.32 to 138.24, bringing my record to 5-4. I dropped to 5th place. Bring up some quick studs for you. Started Jaden Daniels this week. He got me 23.86. He was looking good. Justin Jefferson, 21.58. No touchdown, but 137 receiving yards. He actually threw a 22-yard pass, too.
Yeah, saw
that was pretty cool. Derrick Henry, again, 26.3. Another touchdown. Man, scored in every game.
Unreal.
And I got to bring in Ramondre Stevenson, 22.4. It didn't seem like he had big numbers, but he had 2 touchdowns.
2 tutties, yeah.
The game tying one. So here are my duds. Mark Andrews, man, he's moving back to the duds. Only 4.6 for me. Xavier Worthy, bro. They get D-Hop. They forget about this guy, man. -1 point.
He's been bad since week 1.
Well, he had a touchdown great last week.
I mean, but week 1, he looked like he was going to be an integral part of the team. He hasn't, besides 1 touchdown here or there, it's like the week 1, didn't he have 2 TDs?
Yeah, rushing and receiving.
That's what I'm saying.
So Dalton Schultz, not starting him anymore. I got Nico Collins coming back, thankfully, this week.
Yeah.
5.1, 3 receptions, 21 yards. And the Texans' defense right now, I know my defensive scoring settings kind of suck. Let's be real.
Yeah, your defensive scoring's terrible.
I'm changing it next year. It's 2 points.
Yeah.
What about you in my league?
Your league, I ended up losing for only the second time. But I'm still in first. I have the most points and I have the most wins. And yeah, it is kind of what it is at this point. I'm finally getting CMC back this week, it looks like. So I still haven't started my first round pick.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I know. Well, he's designated a return. We'll see if he can walk straight. He's coming back.
Before you know, well, here he has some tendonitis thing in his hand or something.
Probably. I mean, I put up a lot of points. I put up 171 points. I would have beat all but 2 teams, I think.
Yeah.
But my studs. Jalen Hurts had 34 points almost. I started Cedric Tillman again, 19.5 points. Kamara, 27.5. Pollard, we talked about 18.5. Chuba Hubbard's been an animal, 21 points. He had 2 touchdowns. Pretty good. Some of my duds, Trey Palm, I had to start because I had nobody else. He only got 5 points. I didn't expect much from him. Alexander Madison, I thought would be better. They were trailing Cincy a lot too, and he didn't catch a single ball. He usually catches a lot of balls. He only had 3.6 points. He had 9 rushes for 36 yards. That's it. Njoku didn't have a great game this week. He had 5 catches, but only 29 yards. Yeah. So he only had 7.9. So
yeah, very unfortunate. But then we'll move over to your league, Frankie, where I lost again, 192.80 to 134.38. I mean, I got my first win last week, but I'm gonna be real with you, bro. This is only the second game that I've gotten blown out in your league over 10 points.
Oh, you've had a lot of close matchups,
dude. Yeah. I had week 1, I got blown out. Weeks 2 to 6, bro, I lost by less than 10, 2 less than 5.
Yeah.
Let's bring up the studs real quick. Not a lot of them. Darnell Mooney, 19.8, been pretty consistent. I mean, with Drake London getting hurt now, he's probably going to get more looks. Tony Pollard, 19.4.
Yeah, he's an animal. This year he's been great.
Oh, man, he killed it. Brock Bowers, 15.5 and a touchdown, man. Looking like the best tight end in football right now.
I think he's number 1 for fantasy.
Dude, awesome, man. And then DeAndre Swift, like I said, didn't seem like he did too much, but he got 14.2, so I might as well put him on there.
Yeah, all the catches late in that game helped that.
Right, absolutely. And then here are my duds. MHJ, man, 3.4, 2 catches for 34 yards. Literally, I kept looking back at my app, and the number wasn't changing. Michael Pittman Jr., I'm benching this week. I am sick. Dude, and he had Joe Flacco this week. Mind you, he was blanketed in the first half. And he only had 4 targets to home. 1 catch for 14 yards, 2.4 points. Garbage.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Keon Coleman, the 1 week I started him, 5.1 points, only 2 catches for 21. And you get a 2-point conversion. Now, what are you going to do? And then the Saints defense, man, wow, they lost to the Panthers, bro. They got me 5.5. And that's in your league with those settings.
The Panthers is, the Panthers and the Titans got their second win. So now every team in the NFL has at least 2 wins, which I thought was kind of cool.
There you go.
But that was, in my league, I won, which I needed to win. I've been skidding, even though I like my team better in my league than your league.
You keep saying that.
I have a stacked team. And in fact, every single player on my team, except for my kicker and my defense, got double digits. So I put up like the 3rd or 4th most points this week. Jaden Daniels, 20. Cooper Kupp, 22. McLaurin, 16. Bijan, 21. And then Chase Brown, 27.5. So he was an animal for me. So
Did you say your duds?
My kicker got me 9 points. And my defense, Washington, who I picked up because I wasn't going to start Denver against the Ravens. Washington got 6 points. So that was my lowest.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? And I had Cedric Tillman on my bench, 19.5 points.
Well, hey, what are you going to do? So let's move over to the Week 10 must-starts, the starts of the week, Frankie. Now, I'm actually taking a different approach here. The first few weeks of the season, I was going with absolute studs, stars for must-starts, and obviously, rightfully so. So for one quarterback start, Trevor Lawrence versus the Vikings.
Damn, that's what I got. Mine
really?
too. Good, I love it.
We don't even talk about this.
I know it.
Vikings have the 30th ranked pass defense, also allowing a total of 346 yards per game, bro. 18th in the NFL in 17 total touchdowns. 14 have been passing. So I think Trevor Lawrence could potentially have a good game.
Oh, for sure.
Number 2, start running back Chase Brown at the Ravens. Now, we just saw Zach Moss go away with injury. The team just acquired Khalil Herbert. I don't see him getting used right away or really much ever.
Chase Brown's an animal anyway.
Right.
He's been so good.
So the Ravens, they do have the number 1 ranked rush defense. Every time I bring them up with a running back, you're like, how can you say that? But Chase Brown is a dynamic running back with passing upside, obviously.
He catches a lot of balls.
Ravens have the 32nd ranked pass defense and the 25th ranked total defense. They're averaging nearly 400 yards per game, bro. 23 total touchdowns.
I love it.
Let's be real here. Brown has seen 4 or more targets in the last 2 games.
He got 27.5 points in my team this week.
There you go.
Animal.
Number 3, start wide receiver Darnell Mooney versus the Saints. Not like we just talked about it in Wicked Pissah News. Drake London's dealing with a hip injury. He knows if he plays this week.
Smart.
Saints have the 28th ranked pass defense and the 32nd overall defense with 392.8. Like I said, again, nearly 400 yards per game and 21 total touchdowns.
Yep.
Mooney has 37 total fantasy points the last 2 weeks, depending on what kind of league you're in. 23 targets the last 3 and hasn't seen under 5 since week 1.
Wow.
Went over 50 yards versus Saints in week 4 as well.
Yep.
Number 4, start wide receiver Jalen Waddle at the Rams. Now, we haven't seen much out of him this year, and I know Justin's reeling from that. He has him on his fantasy team. 23rd ranked pass defense, the 24th ranked overall defense for the Rams. And mind you, I think Waddle is due for a big game.
Yeah, he caught a touchdown this week.
But mind you, though, I mean, he at the end of the game, Justin
that cost me 2 points in my other league, my ESPN league.
So I mean, but like I said, that game wasn't really huge for him. He's due for a big one.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then number 5, start tight end Mike Gesicki at the Ravens. Gesicki had 5 receptions for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. Our former boy.
I talked about him even before the season started.
Yeah,
we talked about him a few
Burrow's
times.
finally got an athletic tight end.
Yep.
14 targets the last 2 weeks, 6 last week and 8 the week before. Mind you, the Ravens have the 32nd ranked pass defense like we were just talking about.
Yep.
29th ranked on third down defense. What does Joe Burrow like to do on third down? He likes to check them down and look for the tight ends.
Love it.
So there you go, Frankie. Let's hear your FanDuel, brother.
Well, this is my FanDuel. I got Trevor Lawrence too. He's 7,200. He's one of the cheaper quarterbacks. We just talked about how Minnesota is not great against the pass. And also, I'm stacking him. You know I like to do a stack? I'm stacking him with Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram gets a ton of targets, and Ingram's only 6,200. So that's my stack right there against Minnesota. They should be playing from behind. Minnesota's not great against the pass.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be pass heavy for them for sure. I like that.
I went with that. And then moving on to the second, I got Ramondre Stevenson this week. 7,000 against Chicago. I watched that Arizona game. I mean, there was guys coming off the bench running all over Chicago. DeMarcado ran one with like 4 seconds left, ran the whole length of the field, right?
Yeah.
Trey Benson went crazy.
I know.
He
time.
didn't look good at all yeah. And James Conner was averaging like 6 yards a carry. So, everybody was running all over. I mean, Kyler Murray had like 5 points because they just kept running. They scored 29 points.
Right.
They just kept running. That's all they did was run.
I know. DeMarcado has that long run right before the end of the half.
I'm saying it was unbelievable. So I'm going Stevenson's only 7,000. Yeah, why not? Same game. I got a couple guys that all my receivers are kind of discounted, but Keenan Allen against the Pats. All right, so he had 10 targets against the Cardinals.
Better hope Gonzo's not covering him.
Yeah, well, that's why I think Gonzo's going to be covering DJ Moore.
I agree.
If flip it around, if Gonzo's going to be covering Keenan Allen, then you go with DJ.
Coverages too.
Yeah, it depends what they run. So I think that's going to be, he had 10 targets last week. Again,
Absolutely.
if DJ Moore's getting covered by Gonzo, Christian Gonzalez, then why not? All right,
like
so that's not a bad play, and he's due for a game.
Oh, absolutely.
Same thing. He was only 6,000. DeAndre Hopkins, who just went crazy last night, he knows the playbook now, right? He's only 6,000 too, so he's one of my other wide receivers. So, and again, we're gonna show you this.
Looking like the D-Hop from 2018.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's what I got there. And then lastly for defense, I got San Fran coming off a bye against the banged up Tampa Bay team.
They're rested.
So they're coming off a bye. They should get CMC back. They should control ball possession wise. And again, Tampa Bay is banged up.
They're banged up right now.
Why not? They're only 4,400. So that's
that, Frankie.
That's my team there. If you want to take a look, then
check it out, brother. Look at this
it.
whole thing. We like the Trevor Lawrence. Oh, look at that. Saquon Barkley and Stevenson. Then you got the D-Hop. Juwan Jennings, man, who knows? He's still got that hip injury. Evan Ingram, DeAndre Swift, and the 49ers defense, man.
Yeah.
If Jennings don't play, you got 5,800 to play with. Get somebody else in there.
and Jennings only 58.
Put Darnell Mooney in if he don't play.
And we saw what Barkley did last week.
Oh, my God.
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Okay.
We got to roll that clip.
Yeah. Actually, let's roll that clip real quick.
3rd and 6 for Philadelphia. Hurts has time. Now locates Barkley out of the backfield. Barkley slips 2 tackles and picks up the first down. Jumping up in the air to the 30.
Out of moves right here. Makes the first guy miss. The spin move at the last second.
Bro.
And then what taking?
Gotta see this again. This kid is special, man. Just you didn't even think to do that.
What?
That's the craziest thing I've seen in a football game. Did you see that? If you go and actually see the sidelines of his teammates when it happened,
their jaws were on the sideline.
they were all jumping like, what? Like this is,
bro.
They've seen a lot of things over the years, and they've never seen nothing like that.
To have that recollection that first of all, you got your back turned to the guy, that you just jump and you're still able to clear him.
It was like the craziest. That was so cool. That was the coolest.
Oh, bro. Yeah, I forget. Yeah,
I'm putting them in just for that reason.
Yes, sir. I like it, Frankie.
Let's jump right into the lava round.
Lava round, baby. Let's go back to the Week 9 weekly picks. Your boy finished 12-3, bringing my overall record to 90-48. Frankie, you finished last week 13-2, bringing your overall record to 92-46. But let's get into those Week 10 picks. You name them, we'll predict them.
Bengals at Ravens is gonna be a good divisional game.
It is. The Bengals are starting to pick it up, but I am going to be taking the Ravens here.
I like the Bengals a lot against, for whatever reason, Burrow seems to play real good against the Ravens. I mean, he should go off this week, but you can't. Ravens, in my opinion, again,
so complete.
They're ridiculous. But I can't even believe they lost some of the games they've lost.
The Browns.
But I'm going Ravens too at home for
Alrighty.
sure. Giants at Panthers, 2 of the worst teams in the NFL. Which one are you going to take?
The toilet bowl, and I'm going to be honest with you here. I don't care that the Panthers are at home. I'm taking the Giants. I think they got the better defense.
Oh, man, this is a tough one for me, honestly.
I think Brian Burns takes advantage of that. And mind you, this is a revenge game for Brian Burns, the Giants' outside linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, Panthers just beat the Saints, which I never would have thought in a million years. But Bryce Young starting, I got to go with the Giants too. Daniel Jones has played better on the road because they're saying that the fans are booing him so much at home.
Yeah, I mean, the guy just threw his first touchdown pass in MetLife in like almost 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. I saw that. It was crazy. So, yeah, I'm going to go Giants too, but that's going to be a coin flip right there, I feel like. Pats at Bears. We're both going Bears. We already said that. 49ers at Bucks.
Taking the 49ers.
Me too. That's easy.
Yep.
Broncos at Chiefs.
No. I'm taking the Broncos here.
You are?
I'm taking the Broncos, dude.
They do find a way to beat them sometimes.
And I don't care that it's in Kansas City, bro. The way Bo Nix has been playing, and honestly, I feel like if they even get a chance to be ahead of Kansas City, they're going to take advantage of that. Bo Nix, we saw what he did last week. The guy caught a touchdown pass. He was being used all over the field. He shows no sense of nervousness whatsoever in that offense. I think he leads them to a victory over the Chiefs, and I think it's going to be a huge moment for him in his NFL career.
It's a good divisional rivivalry there as well, and they do find a way to beat them sometimes.
I just thought you knew I was going to take the Chiefs. I had to tell
I
you,
thought
bro.
for sure
Taking
you
the
would take
Broncos.
the Chiefs.
I'm taking the upset.
I got to take the Chiefs just because, their defense got better. DeAndre looks great.
I'm just taking it, man, to hopefully get tied up on you, maybe.
Chiefs. I got Chiefs. You got Broncos. Okay. Bills at Colts.
Oh, taking the Bills all day.
This is a tough game right here. Steelers at Commanders.
So, yeah, that is a tough one. No cross-off, though, but I'm going to be taking the Commanders here. Jaden Daniels has been looking really good. Mind you, the Commanders have less than 3 turnovers in the amount of weeks where we in week 9. Well, just finished week 9.
Yeah.
It's the first time that's happened since 1933.
Yeah, Daniels protects the ball. He's
Only
a great
turnovers. 3 turnovers through 9 weeks, bro.
Steelers are a tough defense, though. I mean, I'm going to go Commanders, too, because it's at home. But if this was in Pittsburgh, I might have took Pittsburgh. But
Right.
Vikings at Jags, we're both taking the Vikings.
Vikings all day, absolutely.
Falcons at Saints, I'm sure. The Falcons. Yeah, the Saints
dirty
got
birds, baby.
Who's even going to coach this week?
Yeah. The special teams coordinator got named interim coach.
Bumped him up.
Right.
Titans at Chargers.
I don't care the Titans. Just want to take the Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers, too, even though I do think the Titans coming off that win might, I don't know. Chargers, I mean, Mr. Brusso, I was wrong because the Chargers play great because I thought they'd be a lot worse.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you right now, man, Mason Rudolph at the helm, he had a decent, all right game against the Patriots. I don't see him doing too much better against the Chargers with Derwin James and Asante Samuel Jr.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers, too. Their defense has been stacked.
Yes, sir.
Jets at Cardinals.
This is kind of a toss-up here, but I'm going to be going with the Cardinals there at home. Why not?
I'm taking the Cards because of their defense, but I do think it's going to be a close game.
I think Aaron Rodgers, they do have a good defense, and, they got Hassan Reddick back and all that stuff. I mean, I think it was funny, actually. The week we beat them was Devontae Adams at full strength, Hassan Reddick in the building for the first week and everything.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But no, I'm taking the Cardinals.
Cardinals defense looked great against Caleb Williams. So
yeah, they did.
And that offense is great, in my opinion, Chicago's offense. So I'm not going to take the Jets either. I'm going to take the Cards here. Eagles at Cowboys.
Let's see here. Cooper Rush or Jalen Hurts. I'm going to be taking the Eagles.
Eagles for sure. Lions at Texans could be a good game, but I mean...
Seems like a good one, but I'm going to be honest, Texans haven't really looked too good the last few weeks. I'm going to be taking the Lions. I know they're getting Nico Collins back. We'll wait to see how they do with him back in the lineup. I'm going to be taking the Lions, though.
I got to take the Lions, too. My opinion, the NFC...
Looking real good,
there's going to be the NFC representative in the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Dolphins at Rams.
The Monday night game, bro. I'm going to be taking the Rams here.
Yep, me too. So we only had the one difference then. That's the Chiefs-Broncos. Good luck to you, brother. Sir. So, yeah, that's all we have for today. And
Dude, somebody knocking at the door?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you hear that? Nah, whatever. They can wait.
Yeah.
Say it
and that's all we got today.
What is going on?
You got to go answer that door, man. What is
guys.
going on over here? Always getting interrupted.
Can I help you?
You have no future. None. Beyond this place.
I have no future. What are you talking about?
That's pretty rude, bro.
I think this show is going to take off. I think we have a future in this business.
What's this guy's name? He's Rip or something like that?
Yeah, that's wild.
Okay, man, whatever.
Well, that's it for the show anyway. So, I mean, yeah, that's it for the night.
Yeah, I mean, we're over for the night anyway, Rip. You can get out of here.
Yeah, that's it? Anything else you feel like discussing?
Yeah, no, we don't have nothing else to discuss,
really.
No,
I'm pretty sure we covered everything, right,
good.
Frankie?
Yeah, we're good.
Frankie, why are these dudes here, bro? I mean, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure you are.
Of course. You know what this is? Yellowstone's finally back this weekend. It's been like years because there's been fighting between Sheridan and Costner and all that. So, but it is finally back. Season premiere this week.
So yeah, Frank, I'm gonna have to check that out. It sounds great. Frank, where'd you get that hat, bro?
You like that?
Well, there was some guy here complaining about looking for something too.
What the?
Whoa.
All right, where is it?
Bro.
Where's what?
What are you talking about?
Do you know what?
No, I don't know, Frank.
Where's the hat?
Frankie, Frankie, he wants his hat back, bro.
This is my hat.
I mean, I got a hat too. I mean, if we're gonna be talking Yellowstone and everything,
Let's
right?
do it.
But you know what, Frankie? Let's end this.
Yeah, from Beantown to your
Oh
town.
my God, this guy's interrupting us.
You figure out a plan that works, and you take that trash to the train station.
Talking about bringing stuff to the train station.
Oh, we don't want any part of no train station. No, absolutely not. From Beantown to your town, we got to go.
Yeah.
Stay wicked, Pissah.
From the TD Garden to your garden, thanks for listening. Let's get out of here, bro.